Breaking news that's coming in right now. Mr. Amit Shah reaches out to protesters. Home Minister Amit Shah says youth will benefit from Agnipath scheme. So the government coming out, their voices from the government coming out, they're trying to reach out to the protesters who've taken to the streets, who have in fact indulged in vandalism of public property, that the youth is going to benefit from the scheme, from the Agnipath scheme. They have nothing to worry about. So the Home Minister of the country now reaching out to these armed forces job aspirants. Remember, the Home Ministry is also chalking out the possibilities and drafting, in fact, room for inducting these personnel after the 4 years that they spend in the Indian Armed Forces. If they are not, in fact, retained in the Indian Armed Forces as part of the 25% who are expected to be retained, they could be inducted into the Central Armed Police Forces and the State Police as well. The Home Ministry is, in fact, working on that. So now the Home Minister reaching out to those protesters who've taken to the streets in states like Uttar Pradesh, in Bihar, in Telangana as well, telling them that you have nothing to worry about. Your future is secure, and having kept your future in mind, the scheme has in fact been conceptualized and drafted, and the youth will benefit from the Agneepath scheme. So that's the latest. One of the top ministers of the union government coming out there and telling the youth that they have nothing to worry about. He has said, and I quote him here, इस निर्णय से बड़ी संख्या में युवा लाभान्वित होंगे और अग्निपथ योजना के माध्यम से देश सेवा व अपने उज्जवल भविष्य की दिशा में आगे बढ़ेंगे. So this scheme, he says, will benefit many youth, and while becoming a part of the scheme, they will in fact join in the service of the nation, and their future will benefit from the same as well. That is what the Home Minister has said. Now, he has, of course, made an attempt on behalf of the government to reach out to the youth who have, in fact, stepped out onto the streets in order to register their protest. They want the government to withdraw this Agnipath scheme. Mr. Amit Shah has also tweeted, पिछले 2 वर्ष कोरोना महामारी के कारण सेना में भर्ती प्रक्रिया प्रभावित हुई थी, इसलिए प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने अग्निपथ योजना में उन युवाओं की चिंता करते हुए पहले वर्ष उम्र सीमा में 2 वर्ष की रियायत देकर उसे 21 साल से 23 साल करने का संवेदनशील निर्णय लिया है. So that is the Home Minister himself, of course, explaining why the government has done what it has done, and the sort of waiver which has been given by the government as well because of the pandemic and the stop on the recruitment scheme.